My father, Zechrona Livracha, was a Holocaust survivor. My mother, La'orech Yamim V'Shanim, is a Holocaust refugee. They came from a generation that doesn't go around saying, I love you, I love you, I love you to children all the time.
Sure.
But they hugged us, they kissed us, they cared for us. And again, there was just no question in the way messages are really sent by time, by attention, by how life was structured, that their children were just everything. And both my parents worked very, very hard. It wasn't like they were just like sitting around taking us to soccer practice.
Sure.
But it's that's the key, and that's the gift. Chazal tell us that a person is supposed to say, "Bishvili nivra ha'olam." For me, the whole world was created.
Right.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world with one person. You could be that one person. There's only, it seems to me that I shouldn't say there's only, but the greatest place where a person could have the potential to do that is because they saw, at least in one little microcosm in their family, that somebody feels that way. And that's something we have to give to our children, which gives them that sense of value, of importance, and which motivates people to thrive.
And how do you, what advice would you give to parents to do, how to give that over when they're sometimes dealing with children who are a little more challenging sometimes?
Ava she'eina tluya b'davar. Ava she'eina tluya b'davar.
Right.
Absolute unconditional love. Absolute unconditional love does not mean that things don't go unresponded to.
Sure.
It means that there's no question of the commitment, and critically, understanding. Children who are difficult to deal with are not just giving you a problem, they're giving themselves a problem.
Right.
They're struggling. They're not proud of their struggles. They're struggling for whatever reason, and it's our job to get to the bottom of it in the sense of making sure that they're heard, that you understand their struggles, you understand what they're going through.
Sure.
We have to be allies. A parent, what's a parent's goal with their child? So one goal we could say is to give them that unconditional love, to make sure that they know that they're the center of the world for you. Another critical one is to set things up such that if your child is struggling with something, who do they view? Do they have a place to turn? And a parent should be candidate number one. It doesn't always work.
How can parents set up that atmosphere where they become that number one?
The first thing is that the child has to feel safe confiding their problems to their parents.
Right.
If their parents react, if parents react, go off the reservation when a child confides about something that happened. Again, a parent hears about something secondhand and so on and so forth. But if parents are steady, predictable, not temperamental, and again, when confronted with an issue, it's to help the child to understand. Again, it doesn't mean that they just let anything go, or it's to be understanding and working together and firm, to be able to help move things forward. But understanding, and more understanding.